Welcome to Super Synth D Studio, where the final saga of One Piece hits different. This week's spoilers just changed everything we thought we knew about Haki, about Shanks, and about the history of Elbaf. We're not just talking power scaling, we're talking about a new level of conquerors. Haki, beyond anything Luffy's ever touched, and the death of King Harald, it wasn't war, it wasn't betrayal, it was something far more terrifying. And Shanks was there to see it all. The break is over. And the spoilers for One Piece Chapter 11-2 are finally out. The title of this chapter, Terrible Day, a direct reference to the death of King Harald 14 years ago. The cover story continues Yamato's journey across Wano. After winning a sumo match, he hands over the Kasa hat that Otama made to Kawamatsu. Yamato's mission is basically done. But there's one district left, Ringo. Looks like this cover story will keep going until he returns to the Flower Capital. Now back to the main story. Gaben explains that the Holy Knights aren't invincible. To defeat them, Luffy must push his Conqueror's Haki even further. And here's the bomb. There's more than one. Straw Hat who can use Conqueror's Haki. Sanji thought Gaben was referring to him. But nope, Gaben turns to Zoro. Luffy already knew the truth. Zoro has it too. Gaben's words also confirm. He himself is a Conqueror's Haki user. And more importantly, he reveals something that changes the entire power system. There's a higher level of advanced Conqueror's Haki. To understand that, let's rewind a bit. Armament Haki has 3 stages. 1. Hardening. 2. Emission. 3. Internal destruction. Turns out, Conqueror's Haki follows the same path. Right now, Luffy has mastered the emission level. Malwax, the ability to coat his attacks in Conqueror, is Haki and strike without physical contact, but to truly defeat enemies with regeneration powers, like the Holy Knights, Luffy needs to reach internal destruction with his Haki. That's the next step. Zoro, on the other hand, still isn't aware he even awakened Conqueror's Haki. He can't use its basic ability, making weak-minded enemies pass out. Even the Vivre Card databook, Egghead Edition, doesn't list Conqueror's Haki under Zoro's stats. It's only vaguely mentioned. Back to the spoilers. Gaben drops another shocker. Loki also has Conqueror's Haki, and his strength will be crucial to defeat the Holy Knights. Hadruden refuses to release Loki, but Luffy offers him a spot on his crew, saying if Loki joins, then Hadruden has to let him go. But neither Loki, Hadruden, Zoro, nor Sanji agree with that plan. Then Gaben reveals something explosive. He and Shanks were in Elbaf on that terrible day 14 years ago. Flashback begins. 14 years ago, young Loki storms into the castle to question King Harald. Why did his father ally with the world government? The ones who killed Rocksteady Zebek? But when Loki arrives, he finds King Harald already stabbed by his own soldiers. 2 possibilities emerge. Either King Harald had already been turned into a demon by Imu-sama, or all the soldiers had been turned on their king. That's why there was a magic circle in the throne room. That's why Loki had no choice but to finish off his own father, something he once told Hadruden he was forced to do. Meanwhile, Shanks told Gaben he once bonded with King Harald and wanted to see him again. But then, a mysterious figure stole the legendary devil fruit kept in Elbaf. And now it all connects. Shanks stole the Nika Fruit from Who's ship 13 years ago, meaning the legendary devil fruit guarded by Elbaf for generations was the sun god Nika's fruit. The world government had been scheming to take it for years. They first sent Mother Carmel, secretly an intelligence agent, to Elbaf to spy and manipulate Harald, pushing him into an alliance. And when the terrible day came, they stole the Nika Fruit, planning to ensure the god of freedom would never be reborn. But Shanks got there first. He had already forged deep ties with Elbaf and Harald. He knew the fruit whose who was escorting came from Elbaf. And so, Shanks planned everything. He intercepted the world government and took the fruit before they could erase it from history. That means Loki is innocent. He was framed for King Harald's death and for the loss of Elbaf's treasured devil fruit. And then, Another bombshell. 14 years ago, Shanks and Gaben were relaxing. Shanks mentioned that he wanted to form a pirate crew with Buggy, but he couldn't. Gaben said, "Because you're the destined boy." Shanks had the abyss mark on his arm when they met that day with Gaban. Yes, that same cursed mark connected to Imu. Shamrock said Shanks once returned to Marijois, but chose to remain a pirate instead of becoming a celestial dragon. So, did Shanks receive the abyss mark during that visit? If so, then he must know about Imu. And here's the twist. If Shanks has the abyss mark, and that mark grants regeneration, then why didn't his arm grow back after the Sea King bit it off? Does that mean the Sea King had Conqueror's Haki? Okay, maybe not. But still, it's a real mystery. Finally, the chapter ends with another flashback, this time 109 years ago. We see a young and wild Harald rampaging through a human kingdom. No break next week. Full spoilers will drop Wednesday. Scanlations by Thursday or Friday. And the official Manga Plus release hits Sunday. But if you want early theories, real spoiler breakdowns, and deep lore connections, you know what to do. Subscribe to Super Synth D Studio, where every chapter gets the spotlight it deserves. Drop your wildest theories in the comments. Is Shanks hiding more than we ever imagined? Is Loki the key to ending Imu's curse? See you in the next one. Stay hyped.